Nesanel Gantz.
Tzvi Rauch.
Tzvi Rauch, nice to meet you. So tell me about your company. What's it called?
So we are Tier 2 landscape design. We design and build outdoor living spaces all over Brooklyn, New York City, South Jersey, and we basically utilize rooftops that haven't been utilized in over centuries.
Flat rooftops.
Flat rooftops.
Like this is not working?
No.
Okay,
no.
fine. Oh, that's a mile, reconstruction, everything. What I hear. How old are you?
27.
Tell me your background. Tell me how'd you come to this.
Background. Grew up in Borough Park. Went to work when I was 15. Did a little bit of everything until I was 17, 18. Worked in a management company, and one of the buildings had rooftop gardens. And I have a natural green thumb. I moved out of Brooklyn to Monsey area when I was 13, so...
Your family moved?
Yeah, so we had greenery and everything, so I had a natural green thumb, and I saw a demand that wasn't there in the Jewish community, in our community. So I started off knocking on doors. Do you want a tree on a roof? Literally, construction sites, residential. You have construction, right? So you're probably doing a rooftop. If not, let me show you what I can do. And literally schlepping up trees myself for 2 years.
You wouldn't plant, you like potted trees, obviously.
Yeah, but I would schlep trees up and bring a planter, bring some furniture. Now we are 6 years down the road. We do projects ranging from 10,000 to multi-million-dollar projects.
You just said a tree on a roof. Explain it to me. What type of tree would you put on?
Tree on a roof, so...
Not a real full-fledged tree, obviously.
Yeah.
It would break through the roots of the house.
Correct. So trees on a roof, maybe a 4-foot tree, basically adding greenery on a rooftop.
But that's not what you do today. Today's much more expanded, right?
Today we design and build. So when I started off, I would just build.
You take existing and put some planting.
Yeah.
In it. Now you do the whole construction from everything from.
We design it. So we have 3 designers. We have a landscape architect. We have 18 employees. So it's a big team, bigger than myself these days, and we beautify Brooklyn. So we specialize in taking small spaces and maximizing it.
Give me a typical example. A guy comes to you and he says, "Hi, I have a roof. I have a small space." I'm assuming not only a roof, I'm assuming any
a backyard,
anything, right?
Or even a 3-foot, 4-foot porch.
Ah, that's interesting.
So
Let's
now
the porch. I'm curious about the porch. You guys, a regular porch, so with the inside it out.
Yeah, 20 feet wide, 4 feet out.
Okay, what would you do there?
Client comes to us. We have this small space and we don't know what to do. Is there anything we can do? So I love it. My initial response is absolutely. This is where I strive. My creativity strives. So what we would do is we would find the right flooring, because flooring sets the mood. Right now it's concrete, right? Nice tile, then a fence. We don't want the fence to be, let's say the client wants privacy, 6 feet high or 7 feet. So we come up with a fence design, horizontal or vertical. Does it feel locked in? So we decide to put in screens or a mirror or like a small, like little features or a green wall. So that already enhances the space. Then we take a little coffee table, a little bistro set, and then you have a beautiful space. So
tell me about the craziest job you've ever done, as far as big, scope, and everything.
Every job is unique for itself.
That's not answering the question. Tell me the biggest job. What's the most crazy major job you've ever done?
The biggest job starts at design. 27 years old, started a company 6 years ago. From nothing, literally started from nothing. Hustle, bustle, every day. It starts with design, and why it's crazy, because it's crazy for me, not necessarily crazy for other people. Sitting with world-leading architects, designers, developers, people that have been...
You have your architects now, right?
Yeah, but then there's the building architect. We are landscape architects. So there's the building architect.
Let me hear my question. What's the biggest job you ever did? $1 million job, $2 million? Tell me about the biggest job you've ever done.
Almost $2 million.
Let's hear about that job. Tell me about that.
Almost $2 million job. It's a new construction. The clients have, and this is where we add value to developers and contractors. The clients already have an interior design and an exterior design. So they go to the big hotshots of New York City for landscape architecture, companies that have been in business 50 years, 60 years. But these designs that they design end up costing $5 million or $7 million. So they come to us to bid out this project, right? They submit a bid. So we look at it and we tell the client right away, this is gonna cost you like $5 million, $7 million. So they're like, no, we wanna spend $2 million. How can we bring this down to $2 million and still keep the same look? So that's where we bring in our expertise of value engineering projects. So we took a $5 million project or a $7 million project on paper and brought it down to like almost $2 million.
What was cool? Tell me about that project. How did it look like?
How did it look like? It's a condo building in the north side of Williamsburg. Beautiful rooftop. Each condo on the top levels have their own outdoor kitchen.
So you had a pool? You put a pool?
No pool. Not on this one. Not on this
You
one.
put in pools ever?
Yes. Pools, hot tubs, saunas. Yeah.
Wow. So let me hear you. You're a young guy. You started a company. You got married recently. When did you get married?
Yes, 2 years ago.
How's it? Still
Thank
young.
you.
You have any
Thank
kids yet?
you. On the way.
Ah, should tell you mitzvahs.
Yes.
So you started a company. You had this idea. You want to build a rooftop, like a random idea because you like green stuff. And then how'd you build it up? You know, you're starting, you're scratching yourself, you're doing it on your own. How were you able to get more people? How did you build that happen?
So I believe in a vision. Once you have a vision, literally when this management job fell through, what am I gonna do? I'm not sitting at home. I did Uber. Because I have to make money. Whatever it is I did to make money, to come home and bring home money. And I had a vision. I literally wrote down on paper 20 or 30 different ideas of what I can get into. If it's plumbing, electrical, design, all different things. And then I checked off the list, like what do I really have passion for? And one of the things was landscape. And in landscape, from there I took it to a different level. So
my question, the biggest difficulty is the transition. Like you're doing it yourself, you're putting some trees. How are you able to get more employees? How are you able to build that business?
being out there. Being out there means knocking on doors. For years, knocking on doors.
Hi, can I fix your house? I like it.
No, hi, you're under construction. Do you need a rooftop garden? Or I would Google the site address, see if there's a plan of a rooftop on the roof, if there's a plan for a rooftop.
You know what's interesting about what you do is because you're really doing something that's a luxury, right, so to speak.
Yes.
What does it mean? Essentially, every contractor can say, hey, listen, I'm gonna make it nice. I'm gonna put some tables. I know how to design outdoor space for whatever it is, right? It's design. You say, no, this is what I do. I design outdoor spaces. It's cool, right? I'm just thinking, let's say, I'm doing it for me. So I have a side property that's very large. And I also have a porch. It's a deck, right?
Yep.
So envision, not that I'm a guy, but like, you can take any 20-foot area in any backyard and just make it epic, right?
At any budget.
Right,
Yeah.
and make it epic. You can take a deck of a porch, I'm assuming. I don't know if you ever work with wood. You ever build decks?
Of course.
Okay.
Yep.
There's so many venues. How do you sell luxury? How do you sell something that's like, I mean, obviously people have the money, but like, how do you make that knock in their head, you know?
So one of the sweet and sour of the business of the brand that we created, Tier 2.
What's wrong with Tier 1?
Tier 2 is why is Apple called Apple?
Okay.
Literally like that. We were called Prime Landscape and Design. One day I see Prime rubbish, Prime plumbing, Prime everything. I'm like, for what I do, I'm not mediocre.
Wait. So why not Tier 1, like the best?
Tier 2, it just rings, it sticks.
I like your answer. You're saying, what is Tier 2? That's exactly it.
It sticks. It sticks.
I like it.
So the sweet and sour of the position that we're in, that we built a company, we're very well recognized, and we service. There's only good things about us.
I love it.
And so the sweet and sour is that the answer to your question is we're known as high end.
Right.
What am I gonna do when a client says, "Oh, you're too expensive"? So
Is it?
the answer to your question is like, how do we sell a luxury, right?
So those are large. Like I spoke to a guy. Did an interview recently. He does the most high-end, the top Jewish builder. You should speak to Moshe Nachum. You know who he is?
No.
MNC and Sons.
We do work with them.
Okay, so MNC and Sons. I interviewed him.
We have a few projects on the way with them.
So I asked him. I said, "Did COVID affect you?" He said, "No, because there's always rich people who are building stuff. End of the day, right?"
Crazy story about COVID. In COVID, we were striving.
Indoor space. People were home.
People wanted outdoor space.
I got you. How do you deal with stress? How do you handle stress?
Routine. Output.
What does it mean?
I have a routine, so in the morning I wake up at a certain time, 5:15. Then I do reading. After reading, I do a cycle ride for a half hour. After that, I have my routine, and that's what keeps me in check. If I don't have my
Just say
routine,
that's a great answer.
Yeah.
It's very solid. But when you're mamish lachatz, when something is bothering you, how do you get out of that?
I kind of strive under stress.
You strive?
I strive under
Still not
stress.
answering the question. When you're nervous, how do you get
When
out
I'm
of it?
nervous, I take a minute. I breathe. I'm very into,
Meditation and stuff.
yeah, gotta stay in line.
Okay, that's good.
Stressing
I like
out doesn't help really.
That's true. What brings you to a place like OJBA? You ever been here? Was your first year here?
Third year.
Third year. Tell me about it. You ever get business from here?
Yes, of course, of course.
That's very
Yes.
cool. How did that happen? How do you make that happen?
How do I think?
How do you take it from meeting somebody here to making business?
So what I've seen here, for the most part, what we're busy with all day meeting people here is actually meeting our clients, meeting people that are behind the phone. So we service commercial and residential. In the commercial world, we're very well known. So we talk to people all day behind the phone, right? Like estimates, bids, design, and I never get to meet them. Some of them. I never get to meet the employees. I mean, the contractor, I meet the owner of the company.
Second person who said that there's a value in a certain way much more important in maintaining relationships than even trying to make new ones.
That's why, honestly, that's why we're here. We're here to meet our people, also meeting the community. I mean, the community is, I would not be in this position where I am today with my company without community. And that is something that I am forever grateful.
Is most of your work in the Jewish community?
The Jewish Hamish community.
Most of your work is there?
98%. Exactly.
It's very cool. So you built a very nice company. It's very nice meeting you. Hope you have a lot of tzlacha.
Yes.
Thanks so much. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Nesanel.